Hello again, everybody. It's Plowboy's Ghost Channel. I want to show you what I did today, what I learned today, give you relay a little story to you as a winding tale of disappointment and a tale that ends up in satisfaction. It's been a roller coaster for the last hour and a half. Y'all, let me unload this. I saw the other day that Ruger had turned the spigot back on for the 41 Magnum Blackhawks. So I quickly whipped out ye old credit card that should never be whipped out. And on Sunday, I ordered one from a place off Gunbroker. This place is Elk County Arms and Ammo or something like that out of Pennsylvania. Never done business with them before, but they had high ratings. Had it shipped to my local dealer down here in Haleville. Well, they didn't offer the gun yet in 6.5 inch. I went ahead and grabbed a 4 5/8 Blackhawk 41 Magnum. I was ecstatic to go with my model 4-inch model 57, and I thought, you know, I've got 4 weeks roughly, right at 4 weeks more to hunt, and that'll give me time to go sight this in real quick and get several weeks of hunting in. And yeah, I've already put the grips, the guitar and parts and more resin ivory with the Schrager lines in it. I've already put that on there. You know, I've told you before that on the Blackhawk, the factory little old plastic grips, you can turn it up, see daylight through it from one side to the other. I believe you can just about throw a turkey through it and never touch the sides, but don't care, because that wasn't what I bought the gun for. I knew the grips wasn't going to fit. Who cares? They're cheap, and I've got other grips. And I've got some really fancy walnut steel coming from Snapper, Wild Snapper. That's what's going to end up being on this gun. So what I've done, what I did, y'all, I took possession of a gun that was incomplete. Just got over COVID. I'm fine. I'm healthy, but still not 110%. So I traipse off down there to my dealer and I, you know, see the gun in the plastic and reach up in there and I rotate the cylinder and it locks up good, and I think, hey, we're good to go. Did all my paperwork, got home, got it out, fixing to put these grips on it, wipe all that packing oil off of it, and guess what? Yeah, I'm gonna roll in some pictures here and you can see what. It was missing the rear sight completely. It was missing the ejector rod housing assembly completely. I took possession of that gun, took delivery of that gun, minus 2 very easy to see things. So I'll plead ignorance on it. Well, I'll plead pitifulness on it, that I didn't notice it. However, I'm going to be honest with y'all. If I hadn't noticed that, I'm not a ship a gun back kind of person unless it's just a horrible situation. If this had been several other companies and I'd noticed this, I wouldn't have even considered taking it. Had I noticed those 2 things, I would have halted what I was doing. I'd have walked outside. I would have called Ruger customer service. And I would have asked them, and if they would have sent me the parts, then I would have gone ahead and done the deal anyway. So anyway, try to make this long story short as possible. When I'm here at the house, I noticed that. I nearly throw up, and I think, all right. So I call Elk County Arms up there in Pennsylvania, and pretty much they say, hey, it's a brand new gun. That's Ruger's problem. I said, even though y'all sold me part of a gun? But I felt like I've never used Ruger's customer service. And I have heard nothing but fantastic things about them. They are legendary for their customer service. And I've been the one in the past to say, hey, y'all who think that Ruger builds something that's infallible, Ruger has a customer service department and a warranty repair department too. Well, the flip side of that story is when I called Ruger and I got a live person on the phone, wasn't a very long wait at all. I explained, hey, told him what I had. He asked for my serial number. I said, I took delivery of this gun without looking it over good, and I said, it's completely missing the rear side assembly. It's completely missing the ejector rod housing assembly, the ejector assembly. And I said, I do not want to send a gun in to do this. I said, it's pointless, it's needless. And I said, I've looked it over. I said, the rest of everything's functioning. It's got a firing pin in it. I said, I don't think anybody missed anything else. And I explained to him, I said, the hole up here in the barrel's threaded for the ejector rod assembly. I said, everything back here looks good for the rear side assembly. And he said, well, if I send you the parts, would that be all right? Or do you want to send the gun in? You can send the gun in. I said, no, please. If you will, just send me the parts. And I said, it won't take me 3 minutes to have it all put together. He quickly took down what information he needed, and he told me 7 to 10 days, working days, that I'd have the parts. Well, I did, I had just that little bit of impatience in me. Still young enough to have a little bit of that. And I said, well, I really wanted to take this gun hunting this weekend. There's something, wanted to Saturday in and get it in the woods and hunt with it. And I said, but I quickly thought, I said, wait a minute. I told him how much I appreciated. He'd give me the order number for the parts coming. I have absolutely zero doubt that Ruger is sending me those parts. They're going to do everything they said, and I'm going to have a customer service experience in a very positive way with them, and something to look back on and make me want to buy more Rugers in the future. Of course, I like Ruger anyway. But what I did, as you can see, she's wearing a rear side assembly and an ejector rod assembly. I did go in there, and it's a little temporary cannibalization of my Blackhawk and 45 Colt. Just because I want to shoot this gun, and I want to hunt with this gun right now, and the Blackhawk can wait 7 to 10, the 45 can wait 7 to 10 days for the new parts to come in, and then we'll figure out which one's going on what. I'll probably just leave this on this gun and put the new parts on the 45. Nothing wrong with that. So, in short, first of all, I am tickled to death that I have got a 4 5/8 inch Blackhawk and 41 Remington Magnum to go with my Model 57 that I'm wearing now, and couldn't be happier about that. And although this roller coaster had a low point there where I look at it and I'm seeing an incomplete gun, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I look in the box, I'm thinking, they just put the parts in the box. Is this like a build-it-yourself kit? Of course it ain't. But this is a story, a happy story, or a story with a happy ending. And the good part of the roller coaster ride, and I believe that's where it'll stay, is that Ruger's quickly sending me the parts. No big deal. If I hadn't had the 45 Blackhawk in there to bar the ejector assembly off of and the rear side assembly off of, I probably would be a little more upset today, but I would still be saying, okay, sure, I've got to wait 7 to 10 days to have a complete firearm. In the grand scheme of things, I'm not that upset about it. First of all, Elk County Arms and Ammo did have this gun roughly $100 cheaper than everybody else. Like I said, the spigot's turned back on 41 Magnum, at least for the 4 5/8 barrel. That's a perfect packing pistol, you know what I mean? And I would have been just a little more upset, but at least I would have had the parts coming, and I wouldn't have to ship a gun off and all of that stuff for the first time in my life. So I'm good with this. And if I'm not gonna shoot it right this very minute, but I am gonna shoot this gun. I will shoot it on camera, maybe tomorrow, maybe today, I don't know, we'll see. And get her sighted in good and get this thing out in the deer woods. Like I said, I've still got about 4 weeks of deer season left here in Alabama, and I've done put 44 Magnum out of the Anaconda through a deer and put her in the freezer, and now I want to take one for a pickup ride with a little 41 Magnum. So I am ecstatic about having that, and Ruger can goof. They can send you an incomplete gun. I think that's going to be an exceedingly rare occurrence. But what matters is I didn't have to argue. I didn't have to sit there on hold 20 minutes. And I'm not having to ship my gun back. I had the option of it. But they're standing behind it. They're sending me the parts. They're doing me right. Now, any company can goof up. Any company can sell you a lemon. Any company can put a a gun in a box missing something. They can all do that. It's how they deal with it that matters. Ruger has got my confidence. And they've earned, well, they've justified all of the business I've given them over the decades, 4 decades. And they've done nothing but solidify their position with me and continue to earn my business. So Ruger sent me an incomplete gun, but by God, they're making it right, and I'm happy. We'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching.